Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series here on Apex Racing TV. We are here live at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve up here in Canada, and I gotta say, it is a great day to be a Formula 3 fan and an iGPFun fan here on Apex Racing TV. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Bombera, and let's go racing.
Let's go racing indeed, Austin. First of all, welcome everyone, and a belated happy birthday, Austin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I've been told you have been partying very hard yesterday, but like every true professional, nothing happened. Just, another day at the office today.
Yep, nothing happened. Shot a few guns, Texan. Do what I do.
Exactly. Okay, so we are here at Montreal, you were saying, and who doesn't love this racetrack? Apart from when you crash, it's one of the best places around.
This place it has a love and hate relationship in a lot of drivers' hearts and minds right now. At the start of the week, you're like, oh, Montreal, I love this place. It provides amazing racing, long straights, very good drafting battles through the race, but very technical as well. But if you just make one mistake, you're going to be meeting one of those walls and or one of the curbs. It's so easy to cut the course here. And if you get onto one of these curbs, that will upset the car, or shoot you around into the wall, shoot you around, spin you out and into somebody else. There are so many high contest spots where incidents happen. No matter what car you're driving, the Wall of Champions, that final section, so dangerous right there. If you just get there wrong, if you just push a little bit too hard, you're gonna be meeting that wall. If you cut the first corner, you're gonna be jumping off that sausage curb, and well, I know, and being partaking in the high jump in the Olympics. And then after the first section, turns 3 and 4. It's the first turns on the circuit, but coming out of there, it's very slick on lap 1. So that's going to be a very big lookout spot. It's a sharp downhill off-camera turn. It's going to be very scary to watch that.
And Austin, of course, this is, I will always say this, people are used maybe from the F1 simulators, from the F1 games, this track. Then they jump into iRacing and they find something a bit different, namely something big and white that's very different. Those sausage curves that were put there because the track was scanned when the Xfinity series was here. So they put these massive white sausage curves on the inside, especially the chicanes. And with open wheelers especially, you really, you really don't want to hit those.
Point. Yeah, we just saw that. He hooked the curb right there, and yeah, you see the giant white sausage curves right there, just from that shot, just big protectors of track innocence. And yeah, that's turn 1 and 2 right there. That's Martin Devine going around. There's the escape road at turn 2. We might see somebody go into there if they miss the braking point and just try to avoid an incident. Second big braking point on track is turns 6 and 7. Second breaking point on track. It's actually right on board of Adam's house, when we can give you a detailed walkthrough, but I feel like this is just coming out of turn 6 and 7, heading into turn 8. This breaking point, it's just a slight breaking point, and it's so tight through there to get it right. You want to get all the curve, but you don't want to hit those curves that we were talking about on lap 1. You probably don't even want to touch those curbs. Hard onto the brakes, into the hairpin, ride those curbs, get it all the way out to that wall, but not too far, because you have to get back out into the middle of the track to avoid the grass right there. That is a very cheeky design choice that just infuriates me. And
yeah, Austin, the final chicane you were about to talk about, I imagine.
Yeah, and then that final chicane. But also what infuriates me, the pit lane. It's the straight line directly into the pits. It's also the racing line.
Yes, if you want to go to the pits.
In endurance races, this really causes a bit of a hiccup, and you're going to see drivers using the pit in feature a lot. But you're going to get some drivers that just, well, it's different braking points for the pit lane, and the final chicane, what you should do is follow somebody. We weren't going to be seeing anybody use that, but there have been incidents where just a guy going to the pits becomes a dump truck and plows over 3 people.
Yeah, if you intend to pit, if you want to pit, just be mindful that the other drivers probably won't, and so they will brake for that corner.
Yeah, they will break. I've seen some crazy sends up the inside, but hey, we're in Formula Racing. IGP Fun, no pit stops. We're gonna have fun. A lot of cars on track right now. Let's bring it through the field. QT Bartow takes pole, followed by Max Giacchino, Samuel Hermer, Gavin Petty, Max Bartolotta, Alex Fournier, Victor Barris, Johan Bergerson, Lucas Maruk, Daryl Govender, Adam Tausman, Dave Martin are top 12. Followed by Leonardo Cherry, Clark Williams, Andy Flint, Zachary Beeson, Stuart Millen, Ivan Zerarndo, Premslaw Piansnek, Sonny Rosario, Vincenzo Moreau, Antonio Tellez, Philip Lucas, and Andrea Brachetti in 24th, followed by Chuck Marr, Robert Matarotana, Nick Curry, Alex Hopkins, Joris Bloom, Ron Korlak, Fred Sitza, Ben White, Mark Mathis, Massimiliano De Laurentiis, Robert Ridgway, and Reed Dennis in 36th place, followed by Daniel Souza, Joseph Givens, Harley Lewis, Martin Devine, Patrick Rollins, Russell Kirkwood, Kuchi Aito, Richard Veen, and Donnie Heineman in 45th, followed by Phil Waller and Will McIntyre in 46th and 47th.
Man, a name I haven't seen in a while in IGP Fun. Ron Korolak has been missing for quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. One of the regulars a few seasons ago. So nice to have him back, of course, in his home race.
It is his home race, and it's going to be a very... Well, he's looking for a very good home race. A lot of improvement right here. This field is stacked to the brim. We are currently just waiting on Max Giacchino right now to get up there. He's got 1 second, but he is going to be missing the start. Max Giacchino, front row starter, engine problems, alleged. He just missed the start barely. 5 red lights, and away we go here for the IGP Fun Formula 3 series here at Montreal. It's a great start, uncontested start by QT Bartow. Samuel Hermer takes second place. Max Bartolotta stuck onto the outside right there. There's Dave Martin right there. Everybody just taking it very easy. IGP Fun, and here comes Max Giacchino. Last the first Jensen Button challenge, and this field is so big. He was coming out of the pits even before cars were coming through turn 1.
Oh man, you just made me think of what this is going to be when the rain comes.
Oh. Hey, what better race to quote than probably one of the most classic races of all time and chaotic races of all time.
Victor Barris peeking on the inside of Alex Fournier, thinking better of it. So far so good, everyone is still running, everyone still in one piece. 2 cars didn't take the start, Will McIntyre and Harley Lewis, as we have a 3
and
wide.
Giacchino, and oh, we got a spinner right here. There was a shot of a car just sideways. Not sure who that was though. It was just like a split second that there was a car. Oh, we got a car off. That's Sonny Rosario off of the brake zone. Look at that brake zone. People are going 3 wide into there. QT Bartow uncontested, 1 second already into the lead. No DRS in these cars. It's just pure all-out racing.
It goes without saying, the biggest loser is Max Giacchino, minus 36, but as you can see, you saw that he is very aggressive.
Oh, look. Max is so fast, so aggressive. The fact that he came immediately out of the pits, like immediately spawned in, we got a driver serving a slowdown on his left. That's a free spot. Giacchino started this race in 45th place coming out of the pit lane, up into 37th of 1 lap. Oh, Max is going to be giving us a very super Max-like performance here today, and a good highlight reel.
Bartow, Hermer, Fournier, your top 3, with Fournier being put under pressure by Barris, and in the meantime Bartolotta is a slowdown, I would imagine, or damage.
Yeah, that's a slowdown. That's a slowdown penalty, or he might have had a little bit of a slide coming out of that corner. It's very slick in that part of the track, so Bartolotta falls to 12th, down 7 spots. We got a spinner, that's Martin Devine coming out of turn 6 and 7, and yep, same thing. Spun it out of there, too much mustard. so easy to do that too. It's a long right-hand corner. It is want to get on the power, but you know, it's so leafy there that the track is always going to be slick. Glad marmots are not in iRacing because well, there might have been a few casualties to the marmot population and squirrels.
Morrone passes Andy Flint for P15. Nice to have Vincenzo back as he hits the wall there, and there is a slowdown, I think, for the Metallica car of Andy Flint, now 3 wide.
He made contact, actually. He's stuck in the middle of the center much more. Almost contact right there. Oh, Andy Flint does not want to be the Flint in that Flint and Steel battle right there. And Lucas goes around right in front of Andy Flint. He's thinking karma, but that is so unfortunate.
No.
Don't start moving, get to the inside of the track, get out the racing line. Okay, he's got a little space. We're about to go to see an Austin Powers 3-point turn. Kicks the back end out, gets back on track, but oh, Premslaw.
Issues.
This is the Sosa. We got a car also crashed right there. Is that a?
It was Chuck Mauro, but look at the right side pod. I've never seen that damage in iRacing. The right side pod basically hanging on by a thread there.
Oh my god! Well, in this series we've seen Italian front wings, we've seen Italian rear wings, Italian side pods. That's a new one.
Let's see what happened to Chuck Mauro. So he slowed down to avoid the crash.
Chuck. Coming back.
Oh, that's just...
Oh, that is just very unfortunate. You slowed down for a... Oh my gosh. You slowed down for an incident. Everybody else behind you who didn't have the slowdown is still going out there at 1,000 miles an hour. That Cody Ito, you can see this from his perspective. You can see already smoke happening, and it looks like he was hit from behind.
Yeah, yes, he was. Yes.
Yellow flags are there for a reason, guys. Yeah, he was pounded from behind. So we get back to live images. Governor and Talsma side by side. Adam Talsma getting out to the wall, using all that speed, and we got a good pack race right here for 8th place.
This week still we have the fantastic rear wing from the Metallica car, guys.
I love these guys. Oh man, I can't wait for somebody to just put the Max Verstappen quote. Can we just stop talking about this?
Zachary Bison on the outside, on the outside. Yes, here we go. Making the move on Dave Martin.
He's gonna launch it.
Ouch.
Ooh, he almost had that move. Too much mustard off the eggs. A big wiggle right there.
Austin, last night in Apex Racing Academy F3, there were several collisions like this. A little bit of, slight contacts at the hairpin, and a lot of the times the car that got hit had got a broke suspension in the rear. So gotta be careful.
Yeah. These cars extremely fragile. Like if you tap them, they're gonna have an issue. I race around here in a lot of slower series cars. I say out of the Formula 3 series due to the official series being kind of crazy. But I do hop around here, and yeah, slight wall contact will make your steering go jink. And you don't want that around here.
Man, I am longing for colder weather so I can get back to iRacing. Maybe I will change wheel. Who knows? Not that it's going to make me faster. Just because, I bought my wheel in 2016. The one I have now. So maybe it's time to change.
Yeah, I've completely worn out my... I completely worn out my F1 Esports wheel, but,
It's more recent than mine. You changed it semi-recently, right?
Yeah, I changed the semi recently, but I just changed the wheel rim to the Fanatec McLaren GT3 rim. Extremely good for IndyCar, I must say.
I bought my current wheel, as I was, as a passenger of course, on a German Autobahn coming back from the 24 hours of Spa. On the phone, I bought the wheel, and when I came home the other day, a few minutes later, luckily,
look at this.
Came the postman.
This is gonna be dangerous. Talsma gets onto the brakes, and You know, side by side through there, you want to be gentlemen on the outside, especially if you're the one being overtaken. But we've all seen the incidents. Side by side through there. Does it work?
No, it doesn't. Absolutely. Especially with these cars, we noticed yesterday in Academy F3. There is not a lot of overspeed on the backstretch, so you really need to clear your opponent if you want to go for the move there.
Yeah, you really need to be hauling. I can tell you, if ever Formula Vs have a advanced series where they go to paid tracks, oh man, if they come here, that's going to be a massive. That's going to be massively.
I mean, you can play rock paper scissors on the backstretch with the other driver with the Formula V.
I was doing that already at some point. And speaking of Formula Vs, tomorrow the ARL Formula V Championship makes its second round for race 4, 5, and 6, and there's a certain amateur driver that's leading the amateur championship.
Wonder who that is. 2.7 seconds separate first and second place. Fournier has pulled away from Victor Barris, but the real action here is in the back end of the top 10 and backwards. Adam Talsman, as you can see, defending from Max Bartolotta. Bartolotta on the inside, goes for the move.
That's a look.
It works
That's a
somehow.
look. Smart move by Talsman. Ooh, saw the overspeed off the exit. Zachary Beeson going slow right there. Had to get off the throttle and fix his car's trajectory before hitting the wall. And it looked like Martin wanted to shoot down the inside. Speaking of shooting up the inside, oh, Prebslaw. That's what happens when the guy in front of you said, "Nuh-uh, you aren't close enough. I ain't giving it to you." The Polish driver looking up the inside now, heading for turn 1. Who's going to be the last late breakers here? Nailed it. The funny thing about turn 1 and 2, you could go into turn 1 on the outside and come ahead. That's what I love about this complex. Up the inside doesn't always work because that long right-hander, that slow and long right-hander is it's so crucial to be getting that move right. And if you go up the inside, the other guy's still there, you're going to be side by side. If you stay on the outside, you're going to be in for a fight, but you can really wrestle the car around there.
Austin, I can't help but think we are in round 8 of the season. This means that we have only 4 left after this one. I think it's safe to say that Premislav has not had the season I was expecting from him. A lot of mistakes, a lot of bad luck. Today another mistake. I was sure this season would have been the season where we saw him win a race. Instead, it's been a bit backwards for him.
It's been extremely downhill. He's had a few ups, but yeah, this season has been one to forget for Premslaw. But you get that in racing. You get bad seasons, you get amazing seasons. He's going defensive into the chicane. That defense pays off for him. Defends into that famous final chicane.
Another story, of course, for homeboy Alex Fournier, which I think, I don't want to assume anything, but judging by his name, I think he comes from French Canada, which, of course, according to South Park, and I take South Park as gospel, is the real Canada. So doubly it's his home race for Alex. He's having a fantastic rookie season. Together
yeah, absolutely.
With,
Alex hopped into the series and has been up there with everybody else. It was just a few rounds ago that he first dipped his toes into the iGPFun. He's been having a blast.
Also, Jerome Lamy
having fun.
Who's not with us tonight, and I think Marc Levey also not with us tonight in race, but he's chatting, so he's watching this one from the sidelines. I assume has got better things to do, Mark. For example, maybe I assume that if you're not racing, you are watching the race on the beach with a cocktail in your hand, with a little umbrella, in the drink, and enjoying, because there is no other reason why you shouldn't be racing tonight.
Or commentating this race, there was a slight part of me that almost took a extremely night trip up to Nashville to catch a certain national GP, and honestly, I was almost about to do it too.
Man, I saw them doing also GT World Challenge America there yesterday,
Yes.
and I don't know how they fit GT3 cars in that track.
Well, let me tell you, it's earned the moniker the Kmart Baku. That, I gotta be honest, they're right.
I saw the onboard laps from the IndyCars and I said, man, this track is narrow. Then I said, oh, GT World Challenge is there as well this weekend. Oh,
And
man.
it's like, oh no, Trans Am there as well, and Super Trucks are there as well.
Oh, wow.
So if you think that's tight there, add trucks that are jumping through there. And the part of me that really wants, I'm just like, okay, iRacing, do your thing. And ooh, Bartolo's a big look up the inside. Does not make the move complete. Outside line has a lot more speed coming off it, but now Max all up in that draft. Going on to the outside, side by side. Still side by side. Oh, who's going to be playing cat and mouse right here? They are neither of them. Neither of them letting off or anything. And they're continuing
Beeson
that
jumped the chicane
fight.
in the background.
Zachary Beeson jumping the chicane. Back there, round 2. Big send. And Bartolotto's got that move. Let's check in on Max Giacchino. Where's he at?
There is. I love these long shots with the cameras because we can move up and down the field and the camera goes and searches for the car. I love this effect. See, like
Max.
this.
Yeah, it's just like being there in real life.
Yes.
You know? See,
I imagine
you
the poor
just sit in one
cameraman
corner.
having to move, you know? All these camera ends.
Hey, I don't know if you've ever done camera work for an actual sports event, but let me tell you, what do you hear? All right, focus on player 7. All right, now we want to switch to player 9. And you're just like, first of all, where is he?
Where is he? Well, yeah. No, let's say
It's much easier than football than racing because everyone's in generally the same area.
Thankfully, with SDK Gaming, sdk-gaming.co.uk, you just have to click the mouse on the car you want to watch, and the virtual cameraman will point to that car, no questions asked. Let's see, for example, our leader, second lap in a row, he has set the fastest lap of the race, and as you can see right now, he has checked out.
This is a QT Marteau. This is a QT Marteau performance, just absolutely glorious. And this is Zachary Beeson heading into the pits. Nothing I can see is wrong with that car, so he might be serving a stop-go penalty.
Yeah, for not serving the slowdown, maybe.
Or it could just be off tracks.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him.
We'll find out. He's still in the pit lane, so this is longer than a stop-go penalty.
I mean, he just went into the 15, 16 seconds. So I think it's possibly a stop and go. No, not the drive-through, just as, the proper stop and go for not serving the slowdown. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll 30 seconds to serve that slowdown, so he was really, it was either that or he might have been just using the iRacing official setup. I forgot to adjust the fuel because this series is much longer than the official series. These guys very fun, and the official series sometimes feels a little bit short, and they crank it up to the max here. 30 laps instead of, I believe, 17.
Yeah, especially the Spa round was very long. We went deeper than the scheduled broadcast time, and if you remember, the stadium lights in the Eau Rouge Raidillon complex were on, casting shadows. What a fantastic race. And you give me the assist, Austin, to talk about the weather.
Hey, the weather is always important here. It affects on how much the car is. 19 degrees Celsius up in the sky, 23 degrees down there on the track, 51% humidity, and we got a clear skies right now. Dew point's a little bit high, 1028. We got a nice breeze going about southwest right now. No. Northwest.
Say hello to Mateus, just joining us in the chat. Unfortunately, didn't get the notification from YouTube, so he's here a bit later than usual. We will tell him that his national hero, of course, Przemysław Pieniążek, has had a tough race. It is now on the comeback trail after a spin that effectively put him back to last after the first or second lap.
Petty! Petty actually made that move work this time. We've seen so many times between him and Lucas Maruk going nose-tail, and well, here's a replay of that. This is a... I don't feel like this move is going to be made.
Sorry, this is not the replay I wanted to show you.
Well, this is the same. This is the same move, and just see that again. It's such a beautiful move. This is the replay that we want to see. This is curb strike and big hit to the wall.
Yes, that's it for Reed Dennis. He has stowed back to the pizza. Fight for P30 right now. We have Phil Waller, Sonny Rosario, the hometown boy, and Zachary Bison.
Yeah, it's about for 30th right now. A lot of hometown heroes here. Look at the top 10. Look how many Canadians are in that top 10. They love this place. And ooh, Sonny Rosario, curb strike heading into turn 2. Very... well, it's caught out right there, but it's such a slow corner, not going to be effective. You don't want to have a massive curb strike right here. You could get, in a sports car, you could get all the way onto that red curbing outside the red and white curbing, and you could really cut this part of the track. But you can see there's a drop-off right there. You don't want to hook your wheel over that, especially in a Formula car. Yeah, but this track famous for so many chaotic races in open wheelers, stock cars. It's home to that Xfinity race where Robbie Gordon was disqualified for passing under the safety car due to a stupid NASCAR rule. I personally believe he should have won that race, but you know, NASCAR's going to NASCAR and do things, and it has some very strange sides to it.
There was also that nationwide race where it was raining, so the drivers were cleaning the windshield with a Swiffer under caution.
That was at Watkins Glen, I believe.
No, it was here.
It was here too?
Yes.
It's not the first time that they've done that.
Back before the windshield wipers were invented in NASCAR.
Yeah. You know, they're kind of behind the times. They just now gone to no, they haven't gone to sequential yet, but they're actually at a road course this week at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, right now
and
as we speak.
Glen, yeah, new scan of that coming soon. But also, there's a track closer to this track that's coming soon to iRacing. Monday, actually Tuesday. I believe on Tuesday. The rumor is Tuesday. Mount Washington. Hill climbing is coming to iRacing very soon, and if you don't know about the 7.6 mile hill climb at Mount Washington, it's a pretty much constant 20% grade going uphill. It's going to be so fun racing rally cars up there and all sorts of hill climb cars. They just be like, I wonder what happens if I had a Formula 3 car and I'm going to go up Pikes Peak, because there's a little bit of a gravel section on Mount Washington too, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to be implemented into iRacing. World record there is 6 minutes 50. It's in the 6-minute range that was set by Travis Pastrana in the Subaru, which funny thing enough, Travis Pastrana was using a Subaru in that little teaser iRacing gave us.
Oh yeah, and as I said, I'm very excited because hopefully when travel allows, he'll climb very big here in Italy, and the best hill climbs in Europe, some of them are here in Italy. One is very close to where I live, and the other, of course, is the world famous Trento Bondone in northern Italy, close to where our colleague Alessandro lives, and those are absolute gems. And of course, Pikes Peak, maybe hopefully one day. Even maybe more realistic than Italian hill climbs, now that I think about it.
Pikes Peak is the hill climb.
Yes.
I don't want to just be like, this is one up to you, but there's Pikes Peak and then everything else.
Pikes Peak, it is the hill climb. I agree with you.
I've been up Pikes Peak twice. To be fair, it wasn't racing, but I have driven up it, and even in a Toyota Camry, that place is just like, no, I don't want to do this. And oh, that's a car off at turn 1. Not sure who that is. It's Brichetti and Williams. Williams up the inside. And yeah, there was a car off on the inside of turn 1 right there. But
that was Richard Van Veen. I think he's several laps down. Only 1 lap down. My apologies. I think he was moving out of the way because there was an angry pack of cars, lead lap cars coming his way.
Yeah, this is a track you don't want to hold up anybody on. So Richard Van Veen going pretty slow right there, but letting everybody else by. Somebody is not going slow at all. QT Marteau off in the lead, but coming out of chicane, he's actually losing time to Samuel Hermer.
Let's see, because the time delta sometimes plays tricks on us. Let's see the lap time comparison. No, it is correct. It is quite correct.
So Hermer getting in on Marteau is, you know, Marteau might have some suspension damage, might have made some contact with the wall. There's only one way to find out. Let's get an onboard shot.
And just like that, he gets half a second back.
Never mind.
Never mind, absolutely. Clark Williams and Ivan Zira now, with Andrea Brachetti watching closely. Williams completes the pass on the driver from Belarus and is up into P15, and behind them there is this train of cars with Martorana, Tejes, Ben White and Max Giacchino, who's now minus 19. Of course, because assuming that he started second, which he did not, he for some reason missed the gridding.
I feel like he kind of did that on purpose, because immediately when the lights came on, he appeared in the pit lane. So that might have been his plan. He didn't want to be involved in the opening lap incident because it's so easy to get into an incident here. Luckily, not everyone did that, but you know, you can have some PTSD from an official series where, you know, you're going side by side in turn 1, you spin the wheels right there, and you cause a massive incident. You're gonna start for the pit lane and just be safe. I can tell you, Max is having a bit of fun out there, passing everybody else. He's on a different level, and look at this, approaching this 3-car pack, a lot of speed. Car front goes down the inside, and here comes Max, all up in that draft. Behind Teles defending on the inside. Max is gonna have to wait a little bit. Patience is a virtue around here. Oh, patience pays off. Teles spinning up the wheels. Those tires are losing grip right now. And coming out of that corner, easy to spin up the wheels right there. Too much mustard. Giacchino up in. It's his 20th.
Oh, big dive! And then he thinks better of it, the Italian. Look how much time he lost. Look at the overspeed. Someone that Jimenez, Tejes jumping the chicane. Martorana all of a sudden under pressure from Ben White, who was under pressure from Giacchino.
White clipped the wall off the exit right there.
And all of a sudden Giacchino is back with a vengeance.
White's back end is extremely loose right now. Let's get that shot on Roberto Martorana, as we got a good fight right here. White and Giacchino, and they're all chasing him right now, and well, this is going to be very crazy to watch. You can see the speed of well, his fellow Italian to a car length behind of White's, and White is right there. Sparks coming off the wall. Somebody is grazing those walls.
Once again, the hard braking. All of a sudden, it's now White and Giacchino again. But no, look at White so deep on the brakes, Austin. But this might open the door for the Italian in 20th place to make the move.
Yeah, Max took the wider line. He's going to have the drafts. He's going to be going a lot faster. We saw a big look up the inside last time. We're going to be seeing it again, but he's going to be side by side this time. Are either of them gonna let off right here. They're both going
Oh,
side by
Penguin.
side through there. There's contact. White's gonna have to shoot across the runoff area and serve that slowdown. And I don't think White's happy about that. They were side by side, totally allowed to do that in hard-fought racing here. And Paterana is looking behind him. It's like, come on, guys, really?
Good for White that his teammate Alex Hopkins is behind him, so he doesn't go for the move, just waits and doesn't force the issue.
Yeah, and with the slowdown, yeah, he's still got to serve a lot of it. You can really
They are not
serve that
teammates.
slowdown extremely
Sorry,
fast.
I apologize to both teams. I always confuse them because they have a similar name and a similar livery. But no, VRT and of course Eclipse Racing Team, ERT. Sorry. I always make this mistake. I'm terrible.
One has purple on their livery.
No, when they go at speed, it's difficult.
This is true. Thankfully, we don't get a lot of the same team colors with slight differences in real life.
I mean, also look at the 3D Rap Squadra Corse car, same general layout, black and sky blue or blue, and the same goes for Hopkins and the same goes for White.
Yeah. Hey, blue's a very nice color to have on a car. I got.
Also, look at the front wing of Bartolotta and the front wing of Hopkins as he almost collides. As I see
Hopkins not giving up anything.
Morrone is in the pits.
That looks to be retirement.
So he was on the front stretch, so I guess he had to tow. And it is the reason why. Oh, mechanical failure, probably hardware failure.
Yeah, just got onto the brakes and everything locked up. It wasn't a massive lockup, but oh, it was a lockup heading in there, and he was like, "What was that? All right, I'm just gonna leave." Brake failure.
Like Cartman, no? Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I'm going home.
Thiago
We're gonna find out
Marteau.
if we're going to get in trouble for saying that.
Thiago Marteau leads the way. Hermer second, Fournier in third. There he is. Let's go to the white shot. Because we have Victor Varris in fourth and Johan Birgersson out of nowhere. Sitting very nicely in fifth place in front of Gavin Petty. And Max Bartolotta, Lucas Maruk, Daryl Govender from South Africa rounding up your top 10 is the local hero. Adam Talsma, as we have a fight here between Ziranau and Brachetti for P15. Let's jump aboard with the Italian.
Yeah, Andrea, a lot of speed, looking up the inside of the Crips racing machine, sending it into turn one, and yeah, he's got it.
Nice move there from Brachetti up into 15th. Still have Martorana, White and Hopkins with Giacchino that has now left this fight. He has a lapped car between himself and Ziranau. So Giacchino up to 17th. As we are in the final 10 laps of the race, Austin, half an hour on the clock. Let's give us a big shout out to, of course, our sponsors. VRS with the Virtual Racing School with their nice data packs, including all sorts of disciplines on the roadside, the oval side, dirt, tarmac, whatever you want. virtualracingschool.com, and of course it goes on perfectly together with the Apex Racing Academy data packs, apexracingac.com. They have data packs, the fantastic Academy downloader where you can get your setups with one click, coaching sessions, even one-on-one coaching sessions, and of course data packs for a lot of cars, including the F3 here, and data packs done by some of the best drivers in iRacing. So virtualracingschool.com and apexracingac.com.
Yeah, Apex Racing Academy, so useful if you're looking to improve your skills around the track or in a certain car. Don't have to go setup searching. It's just immediately going to be in your setups folder. Just open up my garage, you'll see the season, and you'll open up that folder, and boom, there is everything. Ready for you right there. It's really made iRacing less of a hassle for casual racing and just hopping into a race, and you don't have to go through practicing like the setup. I don't like it that much. You gotta do a few tweaks. Apex Racing Academy always has a setup there for you. Sometimes multiple setups per week. If there's a setup difference, like low downforce works well, but it's finicky. So here's a higher downforce version as well. They'll have two different versions at certain tracks. And this is Bergeson going slow, coming out of the wall. Champions, I think he might have made contact with the wall. That car's looking a little bit loose.
See the replay. Maybe jumped the chicane. No? Ooh, ouch! You were right. Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, he was squirming a bit on the straight, and that's how I knew something was wrong. Let's ride on board. Yeah, look at that steering.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a spinner right in front of him.
That is Zachary Bison, was having a good race, and then it all went, you know, down the drain.
Oh, it's spun again.
I was about to say that piece of tarmac is so slippery, especially coming out of the corner.
Yeah, it gets a lot of debris from the trees here. The trees make racing around here so cool, but you know, there's a lot of leaves on the outside of that track, and I think we've all spun around here if you just go a bit wide, and yeah, a very unfortunate race for Zachary Beeson, who toes out of there, and if you wanted to stay, it would have to go back to that section of track, and I would just reverse, honestly. And till I know I was in a very clear spot. This is Bergeson heading into the pits to repair that suspension damage.
Yeah, he was dropping like a stone, needs to get a fast repair in and out. He's going to lose a couple of positions, but, you know, he's going to lose more if he stays out and keeps on dropping spots with that broken car. Here comes Giacchino on the driver from Belarus, Ivan Ziranau. On the inside, Max Giacchino, P16, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Oh, what would I do for some lemonade right now?
Oh yeah. But no, especially because it's Sunday. Sundays I have pizza, and I forgot to grab my bottle of water, and pizza is, you know, leaves me very thirsty.
Yeah.
So right now I would like to drink a gallon of water on the spot, but it is not possible. I'm a soldier. I don't leave my post, especially because otherwise we will stay on the same car for like 3 minutes. So
it would make for a very interesting broadcast of me just talking and you just chugging it. Which, you know, yeah. I think the debut at the commentator cam would be used for that. But we got such a fantastic race going on here, up through the field, all the way through the field, like this fight right here for 18th. Maturana and White side by side. White's got a good look up the inside right here, and side by side headed to the hairpin. White is just going to be looking up there and try to get into the mine, and he's got a good exit, but that outside line so fast off the exit. Roberto able to stay ahead in 18th, but now he's got a good draft happening. White looking onto the outside. And now the chess game begins. And they're both going for it.
Oh dear.
Contact. Back left wheel and the front wing making contact on White. And it's not very massive contact, but oh, that's a lockup right there. Don't see any damage on the cars, but you know, small nicks like that will upset the car just slightly.
Brachetti and Giacchino. Another fight between Italian teams and drivers. As I said many times, there's one way to recognize an Italian team, and you just look at the rear wing.
Yes, this is Squadra Corse versus I'm forgetting his team. Squad, of course, very recognizable paints, and ProDrive eShop. ProDrive got cop it in the nose in the braking zone right there. That is a very risky maneuver. You don't want to be moving over in the braking zone, but hey, it's all one move. It's all fine.
Oh, and, I think we have a problem. We'll show it in a second as they go side by side. Because I think Martorana had a problem with Hopkins. But first we look at this.
Side. Two Italians going at it. Up the inside. And oh, big contact with the wall. And here is that incident with Roberto. Hairpin. Oh, that's just brakes just not working. Car ahead of you braked early, and he didn't adjust to it. And I've seen a lot of that happening in practice sessions. And I believe the race. I haven't been on iRacing Reddit, but that's usually up there. Governor Talsma. Governor defending on the inside. Talsma staying on the racing line. Here comes Talsma. Storming past on the inside. Well, not storming past, but he's definitely riding the lightning right there. He's got the speed on the outside, staying on the outside right there. And this is allowing Dave Martin to get behind the Canadian. And here comes Talsma around the outside, side by side they go into the chicane. Talsma just gets on the brakes a little bit early, but it's a curb strike, a big curb strike for Governor. And here comes Martin. And Martin gets his nose chopped by Governor. Governor wants to stay in 8th, but he doesn't have the speed to just keep it regularly. They got a car on the outside in the pit lane. And he parks it right there before the cones, and that pit exit is so crazy. But yeah, Martin did slap the curb right there. And speaking of curb slaps, Johan Bergson slapped 1, slapped 2, hit the wall. Ooh, what a nice braking performance by the car behind him. Four laps remaining. Well, actually, no, I should say 3 laps remaining because QT Martel is coming across the front straight right now. Yeah, 3 laps remaining here in Montreal. It's about for 23rd between Nick Carty and Matthias. No, Mathis, not Matthias.
So we have a wide. Oh!
That is a wild crash.
That's even Ziranau.
No, that's not Piasnek.
No, Piasnek is okay. Ziranau and possibly Heinemann, one of the lapped cars.
Yeah, it was the
oh, yeah.
the Crips racing car. This Donnie Heinemann spun around him there. Is this just poorly timed?
No.
Oh, Pina. I'm picking up on Italian.
Oh, it's not Italian. It's Spanish. Piña. If you watch some Turismo Carretera.
I'm just picking off of what you do.
Yeah. Pro tip: don't do that. I'm a very, very bad influence. So Heinemann goes around.
Yeah, Heinemann goes around, and
let's go on board with Ivan.
This is gonna be very. Oh,
ouch!
That is so poorly timed right there. That is a massively crashed car. I was wondering why he was going slow though. Was he trying to adjust something, just shaking his head a bit? He was in the grass when he got back onto the throttle, so that's why his car shot across the track right there. But that is so unfortunate.
bit of a traffic jam here in the meantime, as we had for lap number 29 for these drivers. Lap has already started by quite a bit ago from QT Marteau. This is Dave Martin, Tasma, Govender and Sherry. As Roberto Martorana is facing the, well, no, facing the correct direction, and now he's not facing the correct direction. This grass today, maybe some beavers have dug holes in it because it's very slippery, more than usual.
Have the Seagulls returned to turn 1?
Oh, careful! Leonard Cherry with a move that I don't know I would have been able to, you know, complete if it was myself. Well, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be even near this zip code of positions if I was racing.
Yeah, these guys are on an entirely different level. Speaking of different level, Alex Fournier, local Canadian, under pressure by Victor Barris. White flag. One lap
Sarella
to
Blanca.
go.
Oh yeah, Sarella Blanca. And
it's been so long since I've heard that.
Oh man, you know, because I do less and less commentary these days. But yeah, white flag, and I can say next week we go to another very technical, twisty, tricky racetrack that if you open the F1 games, it's a bit different than what we have in iRacing. Of course, I'm talking about Zandvoort, but that is different for completely different reasons. The reason being that the scan is a bit older, and you don't have the last, latest updates with the, you know, nice
lighter track, updated pit lane, banked out of your freaking mind, tight hairpin turn 3, and the final turn.
And last night in Formula 3.5 there we had serious netcode issues in turn 2 and 3. Basically every time two cars were side by side in that section, they got the car on the outside got netcoded into oblivion. Even between drivers that, you know, from very close countries in Europe, so hopefully we don't have the same, because F3s are even more delicate than 3.5s. But let's go back to today. QT Marteau, what a performance, Austin.
He owns the day, he owns this track. QT Marteau weaves it across the line. Fantastic race, dominating today. Nobody could challenge him. Samuel Hermer started in third, jumped up into second. Well, he pretty much started in second. Hermer puts it the fastest lap and he comes across the line. He could have challenged Marteau if he could keep that pace. Alex Fournier finishes on top of the podium at his home track. Daryl Gumder spun it in the hairpin, and he's been very aggressive today.
And lost a truckload of positions, being passed by many drivers, including Craig Williams, Andy Flynn, Giacchino, all this group of drivers here, and maybe also Leonard Cherry, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever the case, Cherry rounds up your top 10. Giacchino goes past Govender and finishes in 13th after an incredible comeback.
45th. He started 45th coming out of the pit lane. That is an incredible performance by Max. We got a good fight right here for 21st, side by side. Gloves are all off right here. Nick Carty stuck behind there. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be Mathis saying ahead of Carty across the line.
And last but not least, crossing the start-finish line is the Italian Roberto Martorana. Finishes in 25th. That was all the racing action we had for you tonight. Another fantastic round of iGPFun. As I was saying, next week we will be heading for Zandvoort. Then it's an Italian round 10 at Imola. And then we will take the short trip to the Red Bull Ring before finishing the season in the first week of September from Silverstone circuit. So it's been a great race. Let's grab you as Austin is singing his heart out in the background. Not really the background. Let's go through the final results tonight from...
I forgot I didn't mute myself.
No. You have to understand him, he's getting older. So, QT Marteau wins the race in front of Samuel Ermer and Alex Fournier. Victor Barris, Gavin Petty, 4th and 5th in front of Max Bartolotta, Lucas Marouk and Dave Martin. Adam Talsma finishes 9th. And he is, of course, the 3rd Canadian in the top 10. Leonard Cherry snatches up 10th place in front of Clark Williams, Andy Flint, and Max Giacchino. His comeback after starting from the pits, what could have been for him? Daryl Govender, of course, in 14th place in front of Andrea Brachetti. Ben White is in 16th. Antonio Telles 17th, and Przemysław Pieniążek in P18, another race where he has a lot to think about for the coming week after his big spin cost him a lot of positions. Alex Hopkins 19th, the top 20 is rounded up by Ferenc Zita from Pannon Racing. We want to ask if Ferenc was chatting with us before the race. No, sorry, Mark Lovey was chatting with us before the race, and we haven't heard from him since, so probably that drink that he was drinking was very, very good on the beach. That's our fan fiction of where he is right now. Mark Matisse 21st in front of Nick Carty, Massimo De Laurentiis, Robert Ridgway, Roberto Martorana, Patrick Rowlands, Phil Waller, Sonny Rosario. These last 3 drivers I mentioned, 1 lap down. Also 1 lap down other drivers such as Stuart Mill, Ivan Ziranau and Ron Korlak making his comeback. Front of Chuck Mauro and Reed Dennis. 2 laps down were Joseph Givens and Martin Devine. 4 laps down was Johan Birgersson. Then what are, for all intents and purposes, the retirees Donny Heinemann, Zachary Bison in 38th position. Then Daniel Sosa, Vincenzo Morrone, Richard Van Veen, my apologies. Russell Kirkwood, Philip Lucas, Joris Blum, Ito-san, Koji Ito, Harley Lewis, and last but not least, didn't take the start, both him and Lewis, Will McIntyre. Austin, what a race, what a performance for Thiago Marteau, and once again this track proves that if 2 drivers are running close to each other, they can pass, they can have a battle. It was a lot of fun.
It certainly was a lot of fun here at Canada for Sergio Gilles Villeneuve for the iGPFun Formula 3 Series. We'll be seeing y'all next week from Zandvoort. Thank you everybody for watching here on Apex Racing TV. I've been joined by Marco Barbonera. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.